I want to talk to you for a minute about, well, what else? The virus. And I'm not a doctor or a CDC expert, but I just want to give you some things to think about, maybe help you understand why we're doing some of the things we're doing and how you might be able to help us better protect your health. So let's think about this virus just for a minute as if it were peanut butter. I know that's weird, but imagine somebody who has the virus. They've got a mouthful of peanut butter. Every time they cough or they sneeze, little chunks of peanut butter come out and they just stick to everything. And they got their hands covered in peanut butter. So we're not high-fiving everybody and we're not shaking hands, and that's a good start. But what if somebody just opened a door and they have peanut butter and then you go to open the door? Okay, and now we've got peanut butter on our hands from the last person that touched the doorknob. So what are you going to do? I mean, just like wipe it on your clothes? That's not going to work. It's not going to be very effective. And then you're going to have peanut butter in your clothes that you have to deal with. So another choice. Maybe you're going to hit the hand sanitizer. And yep, that's probably better than nothing. But really, if you had actual peanut butter, you would kind of know that's kind of a mess. So what's the best thing you can do? Come on, you already know the answer. Wash your hands. And really, here's where the peanut butter analogy might even make the most sense. Because it's greasy and it sticks to your skin, and it's going to take a little while of scrubbing to get it done. And if you want a really good instructional video on how to wash your hands like a surgeon, Google Dr. Oz hand wash video. It's about 60 seconds. And he will show you how to do this. And as it turns out, the virus is a little grease ball. That's what the scientists say. It's a little bit of genetic material wrapped in grease. So you're not just washing them off your hands, you're destroying them. You're tearing them apart. But again, just like if you have oil or peanut butter all over your hands, it takes a little while to get it emulsified. The science is one end of the molecule of soap sticks to the water and the other end sticks to the oil, and then it can't stick to anything, so it comes right off your skin. Again, it takes a little while. So you want to do a good job of this, and then you are sending a bunch of destroyed viruses right down the drain, and you cannot give peanut butter to anybody else. Squeaky clean. So let's talk about this virus a little bit. Did you know that viruses are not classified as living beings? And there's some good news and bad news about that. It's actually kind of cool. Viruses cannot reproduce. They can't make more of themselves unless they have a host cell. So if somebody put peanut butter on our counter and we disinfect it, first off, we don't have to worry about it growing over here and over there and infecting other places. It's just where somebody put it. So we don't have to worry about it making more of itself. And once we disinfect it, which in peanut butter's case is going to take a little while, but when we disinfect it, it's gone. No worries. Of course, the problem is that only works until the next person with peanut butter hands touches it. So even if we disinfect it every hour, there's still a need for us to not bring peanut butter into the building. And that's why we're saying that we're limiting our people. Don't come in if you're sick. Wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. So these little viruses, as it turns out, they're little packets of RNA. And now I'm going to show off my ability to say a big word. Because we all know DNA is the stuff of life. DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid. RNA is ribonucleic acid. Kind of sounds like they'd be very closely related, and they are. But it turns out RNA is just a little copy machine. It cannot do anything by itself. That's why the viruses can't really reproduce on their own. They're copy machines, but they don't have any paper in them at all. They cannot work. But the paper they need is in the cells in your body. And man, when those little things get to going, they're great copy machines, and the place they work best is in your respiratory system, in your nose, your throat, your lungs. And that's why we say, don't touch your eyes, don't touch your nose, don't touch your mouth. Because once they get in, man, they are making some copies. So it's a good news, bad news. We can disinfect, we can kill it off, destroy it. But you got to keep it out of your eyes, your nose, your mouth, so you don't start making copies and then you got peanut butter. All right, let's talk about our media control center, the TMP room. It's our operating room. You know what? Let's treat it like an actual surgical operating room. Nobody goes in there that doesn't need to be in there. TMPs and producers executing a show only. And you know what? You got to wash your hands before you go into an operating room every time. So let's do that, because we got a lot of shared work surfaces in there, and we don't have a really good work from home option right now. So we need to be very careful. TMPs, you need to be disinfecting your surfaces often. But you know what? If you didn't bring the peanut butter in there in the first place, you'd be better off. So wash your hands before entering. Every time, wash your hands. And then you know what? You may not have been in an operating room, but you've seen it on TV. When you enter, you're a surgeon, you're all cleaned up. You don't grab the door handle. You kick it open with your elbow or, with your backside.
Just because you can still go out in the world to get gas or groceries doesn't mean you should. You should only do what's necessary. And remember that someone with peanut butter hands may have just touched the keypad for your payment or the door handle or the gas pump. So you still need to be cautious. We did get in our gray hand sanitizer. Thank you, Gray. And we have one for everyone. I'm keeping mine in my car and a couple of wipes so that I can handle things with the wipe, immediately sanitize until I can get somewhere to wash my hands.